bookshelf behind him. And of course, our social guy, it is Romeo International coming through, you guys. Rolling out 8 a.m. Let's start it up.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping,
and I'm ready to fly.
Time to get ready, ready
for another day.
No one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play.
Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great.
Oh, 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 oh. You do your best, best,
and I don't mind.
So let's get ready, ready, ready. 'Cause it's about that time. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning,
your best and play.
Good morning,
so start the day.
Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning,
reach for the sky.
Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning, 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 morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, 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 how do you do?
Good morning.
You see me on my grind.
Woo. Stars got to shine.
I'm a supernova.
Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah,
I'm on the move. I got a way to shine to it. So let me hear you say, every day we gon' learn and play.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Romeo.
What up, Miss K Green? Miss
Chillin'. Hey, Miss Portia.
What a powerful entrance there today. What's up, Rolling Out 8 a.m., everybody? We'll start my watch party so I can check out King James, Keisha Green, Roma International, Portia, all the way from the D. What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Portia. I missed you guys.
Ladies, you're coming through. You're coming through. We got all that brightness happening here.
Yes.
And it's, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, and let me see. Hold up. Kobe was celebrated yesterday. Another black man was shot yesterday.
Oh,
and it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
No, it's a little better than that. I mean, I think it really causes pause. I think the dialogue is way too short on the reaction that many of us are having to our movement. I mean, I think it's just beautiful that we celebrated Kobe, but we've really got to celebrate life in general and be much more grateful. I mean, this is a moment that, you know, many people have buried their family members. Many people have really dealt. So I love that we celebrate Kobe, but we really got to fix our conversation on making sure that people understand his exemplary life. But right now, focus on this disease because they've created and trying to create this new norm that, oh, you just got the virus. You know, you have a lot of people, oh, I just got it. A lot of young people, our children are in danger right now. And we really should be concerned about that.
Well, we should, but also in the sense of when I made that comment, I made the sense of the normalcy. It's like to a lot of people, because watching social media, to a lot of people, it's becoming normal. Keisha, it's becoming normal.
It's not the normal. I think I was just saying, you know, I really wanted to go out and celebrate this weekend, but, you know, and making the mindful decision of what's most important to me and my family, I couldn't really see myself going out to be in a company of others and to risk the legacy of my family for a meal that I could eat at my own house.
I'll let you. Absolutely. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not only are they making a new norm, they're actually decreasing the coverage of the disease. Nobody's really talking about the disease as much. But you know, the complications from this disease, you don't just get COVID. You get COVID, then you get tumors, then you get heart attack, then it attacks your kidneys, the whole aspects. We just got to make sure our community is, as we celebrate, that people focus on the people that are here. Because, we want to distract. We really don't want to talk about how detrimental and it is to our community, but we got to keep that message. And nobody wants to be Debbie Downer, but we really got to be honest. And I think reality and even social can make us very dishonest about what the truth is, because it's all about stunting, how I look, how I feel. And it could be all a lie. And I think some people want us to be there. But I loved your coverage of Ice Cube yesterday too, because I had the conversation and the fact that you checked him and Amir checked him, and everybody's checking in on the conversation. So nobody should be discouraging anyone from voting. If your conversation discourages anybody from voting, even if you're talking about accountability, do not confuse the Black community right now.
Right.
Those are
Sorry, go ahead, Martin.
Hopefully, the area will hold the RNC accountable, because if did I see Herschel Walker yesterday? Terry, that who I saw? The legendary Herschel Walker.
Man, come on, man. He's been a friend of the administration and Republican for decades. And this is not a surprise. I mean, we got to just start paying attention and finding out. I mean, this dude has been outspoken in his support for the current administration. So I wasn't surprised whatsoever that he showed up yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I actually watched. It is the funny part. I watched the RNC. I literally only watched just to see what Black people would pop up. I wasn't even listening to it. I just wanted to see who the black clowns that was gonna pop up, because I needed to see this myself.
Well, I mean, I basically found out that yesterday that I'm a socialist and a Marxist. And I don't even know what a Marxist is, but I found out yesterday that anyone who disagrees with their platform is a Marxist and a socialist. And most of America don't even know what the hell those topics are. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I found out last night, was that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm anti-American. I don't believe in God. And that I'm a Marxist. And please tell me somebody tell me what a Marxist is.
Marxism is a social, political, and economic philosophy named after Karl Marx, which examines the effect of capitalism on labor, productivity, and economic development, and argues for a worker revolution to overturn capitalism in favor of communism. Terry?
Well, actually, I was being facetious, but yes, thank you. No, it's true. A lot of people do not know what that is. Marxist-Leninists, as they call them. So I know that those people are anti-capitalist. So, we found out yesterday that Black people are automatically, the ones who don't agree with the GOP platform, are automatically socialist or Marxist. And I just find that to be sad, because we are not allowed to disagree without being obliterated in the press. And that's just ridiculous. Or in the conservative press. So, yeah. But however, I'm still ebullient this morning. And so I will attempt to transmogrify this atmosphere of mall with my translucence. So I'm good. I'm good today. I'm still good.
Repeat that, and I'm going to put on my translator.
He hit you with a triple double. He hit you with that King James triple double. Y'all know about that.
Well, I'm ebullient, you know what I'm saying? Which means I have a light that burns inside, and then my light shines because I'm allowing God to allow my light to shine. So I'm ebullient this morning, regardless of what's going on around me or at the RNC. And so I noticed you saw your president, Romeo, speaking last night, because he's going to speak all 4 days. See, usually presidential candidates speak on the last day, but that wasn't good enough. Oh, wait a minute. He spoke last night, and he's going to speak every day, Romeo.
Every day, man. This dude is not in office. This dude is not leaving.
He's not what?
This dude is not leaving office.
Oh, he's not.
I will be the first person to say,
bruh, don't put that in the atmosphere.
Guarantee you, this man is not gonna walk out of that office, willingly.
I rebuke you, man. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, man. When it's time for him to go, he's getting the hell out.
said 12 more years. So I don't, he has the power to change laws right now. I don't know if he can write that into law that he can just extend it.
That's not even a consideration. I mean, I'm very much about Terry. I don't think that the country transfer of power is always the same. Clearly, this isn't a guy that hasn't been faced impeachment. So the process and the program still works at the end of the day. And we need to take the Senate. So our objective has to be there for the transfer of power. So we all believe it. Clearly, the issue with the post office being slow is a problem.
I mean, that's part of the sabotage of American democracy. I mean, that's part of voter nullification in America. That's part of that whole overall multifaceted, multi-pronged plan to destroy the minority and young vote, or anybody vote for that matter. But basically, he believes that he can win, he can supersede the U.S. Constitution, and believes that if he can limit the number of people that voting, that increases his chances of winning. So there's a full-fledged assault on American democracy right now. And so while I love you, Romeo, I got to rebuke you, brother. That kind of stuff don't need to be put in the atmosphere, because when it's time for him to go, he got to go.
He has to go. I don't want to think that I'm crazy, but for me, I think my mail is coming every 2 days. I'm like, it almost seems like every other day I don't have any. I'm not being funny. I'm serious.
No, the assault is real, but I'm talking about the desire to stay in beyond if he loses is not something that the U.S. Constitution and the amendment to the Constitution is prepared to handle. So, no, I'm sorry. Mm-mm.
Tell you something. Yesterday, we had a great conversation about the Postal Service.
No, Portia. Go ahead.
Yesterday, we had a great conversation.
Oh, that was Ashley. Okay. Oops.
And then last night, I actually watched the quote unquote conference with the Postmaster General. Do you know what this man said? I'm gonna get in trouble. Do you know what this privileged white man said? The question was, Postmaster General, do you not know that your employees are taking away Postal Service boxes where people can't vote? This man said, I don't know what goes on in everybody's state. Sir, you the Postmaster General. How you not
get up at your house because you playing?
And the lady, I can't remember her name, but the lady was just so great. She was like, "Sir, that's just like saying you the coach of the basketball team and you don't even know where your players at. That doesn't make sense, sir. Look, man, the world is under attack. Black America's under attack. Freedom is under attack. Everybody go vote. Stop playing these games, man. I better stop playing these games."
Yeah, I mean, they're trying. I mean, they're deliberately, and they're doing it blatantly now. See, back during the Reagan administration, they tried to subtly obliterate the civil rights gains that were made. Now they are blatantly and flagrantly eradicating the rights that we worked so hard and our ancestors shed their bloods to get. So they're blatant about it. So they're coming up with ridiculous excuses, being called to Congress and saying, "I don't know what's going on in each state, but you're the National Postmaster General, making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, but you don't know what the hell is going on underneath you." Then you have a president saying that, the vice presidential candidate is not born in this country. They're throwing anything out there and see what sticks against the wall. They're doing whatever it takes. I keep telling y'all, they're doing whatever it will take to try to basically usurp our democratic rights. And we have to fight against that. We have to remain vigilant.
Amen.
I agree.
Welcome to America. Good morning, Facebook. What up, Barbara Fields? What up, Nikili? I said that wrong, Marcelino, but I tried. Shout out to Aaron Brooks. The man who has no imagination has no wings. Wings are not only for birds, they are also mine. Hey, man, you wrote a whole book, first of all, but I appreciate the whole entire book. So Aaron Brooks just sent some motivation this way, man. Irish Bacon, we love you. What's up?
Okay, and before we begin with Portia's report, I just want us to work together to do this. Let's have a little practice right now. Kamala. comma, COMMA dash LA, comma, la, comma, la Harris.
Love.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. You may proceed. The floor is yours, Portia Mitchell. Portia Monique.
Damn, whole government name, Terry. Why? Okay, let's get into this report. So as you guys may or may not know, I am in Detroit, and it's such an unbelievable story happened over the weekend. A Detroit woman who was believed to be dead was found alive at a funeral home.
It wouldn't be Detroit.
Don't do that. She was 20 years old. The funeral home discovered that she was actually alive once she reached there. Paramedics they tried to revive her. They said they did everything that they could for about 30 minutes. They declared her dead. They said that she had no signs of life. So they released her to the mortuary. A couple of hours later at the mortuary, she woke up.
Zombies. Oh, my fault.
Can you guys imagine being at the...
I think you should get her on the show, Portia. I mean, literally, it would be great to have an understanding of what she really went through. That had to be traumatizing.
Absolutely.
So to the workers though, wait a minute. Don't forget about the people working in the funeral home. They are traumatized.
I'm sure they are. So she was a 20-year-old. Her name is being withheld. She's from Southfield, Michigan. So I'm not sure if they're going to identify her later on, but if they do, we will definitely try to get her on the show to see what happened. Basically, they said that she was not breathing. They called the paramedics. Paramedics arrived. They tried to revive her, and they could not, so they say. And so they took her to the funeral home, and she woke up a couple hours later.
One job.
Yeah. I mean, when I used to go to Detroit all the time, I used to stay at a hotel in Southfield, and I always thought those people over there were kind of strange.
Don't say that, Terry. You have to go back to places, bro. Like, be careful how you keep on talking about a place. You want to make sure your mouth don't make no monsters. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make sure your mouth don't make monsters, because you're not in a town that don't love it. Their basketball team wasn't called the Kind Guys.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I can get away with it.
You can't remember the name of the restaurant? You can't remember the name of the hotel? It's had the same name the whole time, the Westin.
Shout out to Ruth at the Westin. Hey, Ruth.
Nah, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I can get away with it because of the fact that
Kurt's not going to let you get away with it, Terry.
But I got love for Detroit.
Kurt's not going to let you get away with it.
I chose when I first got into journalism, I chose Detroit Free Press over the Dallas Morning News to go and make my internship. I spent 4 months.
You have not gone back. Don't start pedaling back. We want you to visit and remember the name of the hotel, the Westin.
I put a post the other day. It said I had to stop being so understanding and see the disrespect. So, Terry, we see the disrespect. You gotta stop disrespecting the D.
Hey, well, you know what? I'm about to get in trouble because I'm about to ride for Terry on this one.
Right. Get my back, man. Get my back.
Gonna have to be mad on this one. Hey man, ain't nobody trying to go to Detroit soon. Detroit.
Oh, what?
Detroit.
No. Oh, whoa, bruh.
One of the safest places on earth right now. Our COVID levels are going down. We have a wonderful governor in office. Detroit is thriving. No,
I can't get your back on this, Romeo, because Detroit is like my sister region. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I live just down the street from Cleveland. I'm in Akron, Ohio. I'm born in Akron, Ohio, and I sympathize and empathize with what Detroit goes through because of the fact that we're both downgrading. People say they don't want to go there, and they hate Cleveland and Detroit, and they've never even been there. They ain't never been there.
And right now, Georgia is number one for COVID.
Right.
What?
One day. 1,000. One day.
Detroit is 5 steps from Atlanta. 5 steps.
Hey man, put some respect on Detroit's name, bro. Put some respect on, you know what I'm saying? You get lay up off my Detroit. I got some Detroit's back.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're gonna keep you guys abreast of what's going on with that story. Hopefully everything is okay. We'll keep a watch out for it on the news and let you guys know if she is okay. As of this morning, she was okay, but they still haven't released her name. So we'll see. Next story. What we got coming up next? So have you guys seen this beautiful cover that Vanity Fair did of Breonna Taylor? So they honored Breonna Taylor. They titled the cover "The Great Fire." It was a special edition edited by Tahisi. Okay, Terry, I'm gonna need help with his names. Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Oh no, I'm good with words, but not names. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Munson, please help me out. What's his name?
You did a decent job, Portia.
Okay, thank you.
But you might want to say who he is so that people have an understanding of who he is. So you might want to look up a couple of his books and why.
He's the author of The Water Dancer.
Yeah, but he's the author of several books. His father was in the movement, still is, owns one of the oldest Black publishing press in the country.
Ta-Nehisi. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just trying to pronounce his name. Ta-Nehisi Coates. He's an American author and journalist.
He's a Black American author. Let's define.
American author and journalist. He gained a wide readership during his time as national correspondent at The Atlantic, where he wrote about cultural, social, and political issues, particularly regarding African Americans and white supremacy. He also has this famous book that I like to listen to my books, especially when we're on like long trips or I'm just commuting. But he has this book, I think it was an Oprah's book club. It was called The Water Dancer. Have you guys looked at that? Listened?
Of course, I'm not I love his creativity, but I'm kind of good on the slave narratives. I mean, I think it was writing to a particular audience that loves for our geniuses to talk about it, but it also has some mysticism, so Romeo would enjoy it. It's very Afro-futurism, so there's a lot of powers that people have inside his book, so that made it tolerable. And something that you could actually enjoy reading. So I enjoyed the read, not sure that I wanted the time period, but it did have a idea of how many powers we have inside of us and how powerful we are as a people in order to have vision. So I think that's the beauty. His fact that he talked about reparations before everybody was really talking about it, and it was something that we deserve, and it's something that we should have, and that it was part of the conversation. And I want to say he's a MacArthur Genius Grant Fellow as well. So, big ups to him. He's had a wonderful time. They know how to pick it. I'm not sure how I feel, Romeo, about Vanity Fair just doing it now. I'm not sure that I need them to make us feel like they're doing something for us. I think there are a lot of other, conversations. When are you going to put another person there? Why haven't you put some of the people from the Innocence Project on your cover? I mean, it's like we need to stop giving passes just because you now took a woke pill. If you had to take a woke pill, that was a problem. We really need for your atonement, atone for 400 more years. I think that's the thing that we need to understand, that there needs to be an atoning. People take a woke pill and everybody celebrate. Oh, ain't you like that they like us now? And they, it's really cultural appropriation. It's wrong. At some point, even if you got a Black voice on it, it's really not necessarily for your audience, maybe, but you really should say we weren't on this movement before. We typically only like special Black people. So I think that, that's a real concern of mine, how we just take our dollars and now we got to read it. This is a question mark.
Nah, you hit it. Nah, because you hit it right on the head. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was literally like, okay, it's nice. It's like when you make the layup and somebody give you the little pat on the back. Okay, it's nice. Okay, but why?
same way when I seen it. I felt the same way. I was wondering if they're giving the money to the family. I'm just confused. Like I didn't see nothing in it that felt genuine.
So
Well, I
Leah,
mean, I thought that was more knee-jerk reactionism. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been reversing fields and moonwalking like Michael Jackson, sort of like Roger Good of the NFL, that two-faced man. And he sat down and said, I should have talked to you and should have asked Colin Kaepernick earlier. Man, you's a damn lie. Shut your mouth. You lie. You didn't want to know why he was kneeling. Matter of fact, you did know why he was kneeling. And you chose to ignore it. You chose to kowtow and to capitulate to your fan base that was paying for the NFL seats and the tickets. And you basically ostracized Colin Kaepernick. So these people.
Derek, we're talking about Breonna Taylor.
No, yes, I know. But what I'm saying is that this is a pattern of knee-jerk reactionism in America in terms of a lot of people who are doing this. But I get your point. And what I like about this, what I like about the detention is that the fact that in its ratio in proportion in the beginning, back in May, June, there was very little attention paid to Breonna Taylor. And I'm glad that she has basically gotten the just attention that she deserves, that she should have always gotten, but that was appropriated to George Floyd, which we understand. But now her attention, her plight is being taken up by so many different people like LeBron James and Beyonce and Rihanna, and now it's being shown on Vanity Fair, which is knee-jerk reactionism, but that's the attention that she deserved all along. And so we need to continue to put more pressure on the Kentucky legislature to produce some results and the Kentucky AG. But I was using the NFL as an example of knee-jerk reactionism. I'm sorry.
Understandable. Yeah, understandable. If nothing else, I definitely think that the cover on Vanity Fair shines a brighter light on the situation. A lot more people will see it if they haven't already. And also, it's a reminder to arrest the cops that murdered Breonna Taylor. So,
Yeah.
It has its own audience, definitely, you know, and it's a woke pill for those who aren't woke, for them to at least have an approach and by somebody who they respect. That's Black. So at least there was a Black writer. I don't know who the illustrator was. Who's the illustrator?
I'll look it up. Let me look it up.
Was it a Black illustrator?
what more woke do you need? Like, let's be like,
but the reason I say a woke pill, Romeo, is it's really not something that you could just take a pill and all of a sudden it fixes everything. It's kind of like your movie. You get all of a sudden 5 minutes to get your superpower of wokeness. No, you got to walk this talk. You really need to begin your atonement. You really need to have some real understanding of what diversity, equity, and inclusion is. You really need to understand social justice is children having broadband. Social justice is really our children being able to know that they can eat every day. They need to get education no matter where they are, what their school district. They need to be able to trust that the water coming out of the water faucet is good. You know, those are the things that are basic. It is not the idea. We should not be concerned that if you turn your back on a police officer, he is going to shoot you in the back 7 times. So when you say that, the woke pill, you know, it's not working. They're not passing it out. There's still no social justice. And at the end of the day, the whole system has to become woke.
Right. But it goes back to what you said months ago. These people nobody, out of everything that's happened, right? Nobody's actually seeing the consequences. Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, like they prolong it for so long. Nobody's seeing the consequences. Hey, police officer, if you shoot this person, this was gonna happen. So now you're going into a system to where, I'm with you, because I'm like, follow the money. You go into a system to where, okay, Vanity Fair post this. I love Oprah. Oprah makes billboards. Celebrities make posts. NBA players, they make statements. Like all of these people that are putting their voices out there, the one thing that y'all not doing to cause effect, y'all not pulling y'all money out of Kentucky. I guarantee you, the moment that y'all stop sending money Kentucky way, sports, entertainment, whatever, they'll change their mind. They'll change their mind quick. Believe that.
Okay, so I did find the painter, same woman that painted Michelle Obama, Amy Sherrill. So kudos to her, bravo to her. Beautiful.
Hates her.
Hey, Amy, hate me.
No, and that's another good point. I mean, this situation is like growing wings. You know what I'm saying? It's like growing branches, and it's giving out the long overdue respect and recognition and shine to some people who have always been in the background, just like this painter. So this is good. This is good, and it continues to put pressure on the Kentucky AG to do something instead of taking time out to get engaged.
Absolutely.
And not even inviting his own family to that. Have y'all seen that picture? Have y'all seen that picture of his engagement? it was like all of her family and none of his family. It was a real yeah. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and see if I can find that. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? So we don't need no more breaks. We don't need no more breaks to get married, Mr. Kentucky AG. We don't need no more breaks for you to spend time with her family. And not even with your family. We need to go ahead and be about the arrest of the police officers who were responsible for killing Breonna Taylor. That's what we need. So,
and before we continue, keep an eye on. I invite every person that's watching this program. Please watch the RNC. Please watch it. And this is what I'm saying. Have a watchful eye of who they're inviting to speak, because I saw the young lady, Terry, you're gonna have to help me. I don't know if he was the governor, the governor and the wife that stood on the lawn with the assault rifles.
The people that pointed the guns at the protesters, yes.
Yeah, they've been invited to speak.
Yes.
Why? Who the hell knows? But look at
Okay. Yesterday was an exercise in demagoguery. And what demagoguery is an appeal to the lowest common denominator in human beings. And basically, they're appealing to the darkest impulses of the human spirit and galvanizing their base. This is deliberate. So he knows that he's not going to get the moderates and the left. So Donald Trump is basically appealing to his base. And his base has certain characteristics. They don't like to be called racist. They just like to have us remain subservient. Jim Crow is dead, but really Jim Crow is still breathing, if you know what I mean. It's de facto segregation, and they want to keep that alive. So he's inviting the base that supports that ideology. So that's the reason why they had him there speaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's an exercise in demagoguery.
Keep your eyes open, people.
Okay, Terry, we're gonna have to go back because you said about 5 big words and you have not explained one of them.
Why don't you finish your report portion?
Well, I did explain what demagoguery is. I just did.
Finish your report portion.
3 more in the previous segment. We didn't necessarily know that. Can we let you know?
Okay, you know what? Okay, go ahead and finish your report, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so another Detroit-ish story, right? So Amazon just added their first Black woman to its Elite S team. Alicia Bowler Davis is her name. She was an executive at GM. She was an executive at GM where she reported directly to CEO Mary Barra. So she's now Amazon's vice president of global customer fulfillment. She joined the company in 2019 after serving as head of global manufacturing at GM. She oversaw manufacturing for 3 years at GM. And before that, she led the company's connected car efforts, according to Wall Street Journal. So I had the pleasure of meeting her several times. She's been in the Detroit circuit for a while now. I believe she's moved because she's now working for Amazon, but kudos to Amazon for adding an African-American woman to their S Elite team. I'm sure that she's gonna be a rock star there, just as she was in Detroit. So kudos to her.
That's nice. Another Black queen on the rise.
Yeah. And it's just it gets irritating that these people are getting woke all of a sudden, as if all of a sudden we were qualified for something that we've always been qualified for. Oh, all of a sudden Shaq qualifies to own some franchises at Papa John's. All of a sudden a Black man is qualified to be the president of the NFL's Washington football team. And just what in the hell is a Washington football team?
Well,
So
Terry, you gotta have some change. I mean, part of diversity, equity, and inclusion is definitely having some change. Papa John's, just so that you know, look up their headquarters, Terry, when you're thinking about that and talking about it. But you know, you're gonna have to have change. You're gonna have to get more people in. We're not surprised. You got to make sure that if she left GM, that they replaced her with another African American and a black person.
African American black person.
One of those, depending on how you identify today, Terry. But you might be acting, you know, a little bit like the '50s and what people want to call you in the '50s. You know.
Well, the person in Cleveland who the radio host in Cleveland got fired for basically calling Kamala Harris colored, the first colored vice president. I don't know if y'all heard about that from a Cleveland radio station from my hometown, which I'm ashamed of. But anyway, and did y'all hear about Hot 97? Did y'all hear about Hot?
I watched it. I was surprised when I saw it.
Man, that is exercise in tragedy. Okay.
And you know what's so Terry? Because I know we got to jump.
Oh, okay, that's right. We got to get back to Monique's report. But I will get back to Hot 97 and what happened there. Portia, the floor is yours.
Let me finish on my report. We have birthdays on the docket. So happy birthday to China Ann McClain. She is 21. We also have Blair Underwood and Kale Mitchell. Happy birthday to y'all.
And you can go see China McClain on rollingout.com. She was a cover feature. She has a dope cover if you go to rollingout.com right now.
And that's when we're about to drop the birthday song.
We got balloons, yeah. The cake is on the way. We got the music playing, cause it's your holiday. Woo! We invited family, and everybody came. I strike a pose for me like you in a picture frame. You got your finest clothes on, $1 million smile. We gon' celebrate you for a while. Yeah. And don't forget we got the candles when you away. Don't forget we got the candles. Happy birthday, gonna celebrate you for a while. Candles, blowing you away. Wait. Candles, happy birthday, happy girl, happy girl.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Get your hands up in the air. Shout out everybody. What you say, what you did. Happy birthday to everybody out there. What's going on? Finish up what you're getting ready to do. Portia, you finished? Who's up next?
Let's get into the social report, I think.
No, I think they said ladies first. Keisha.
Ooh, ladies first.
Well, let's get into my report. I'm just going to go with the flow. I don't know what we got coming up first. Let's go. All right. So we got Lamar Odom and his fiance. They have announced their wedding date, 11/11/21. So I guess they picked that day. Everybody, you know, when you run the ones or you run the twos, they believe, you know, those are the angels speaking. So he's placing blessings over this marriage already. I'm sure there's going to be some control in this marriage because, you know, the Black woman don't play that. Okay. So I believe that he is definitely has what he needs at. Foot down on his neck, making sure he's staying in alignment. Don't forget, y'all don't forget though, y'all know he listens to her because don't forget, I think last month we ran a report and she had him getting the laser here.
Oh Lord, yes, I remember. Lord, I don't know. That's a little feminine for me.
That's a little bit much, but what that does say is that he'll try what she say. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she
wants, right?
He's down for it. So he wants to make her happy. So we are also rooting for you guys and placing blessings over your marriage because We don't want y'all out here doing entanglements and all that kind of stuff. Because as we get into my next report, I'm going to need Pastor Gray, all that crying you was doing last year on the real, we going to need you to do right by your wife because allegedly he is accused of cheating again. And you know, we was talking about this too last week. You know, when you somebody, you can't be playing with them DMs. Romeo, Pastor Gray needs some cheating Brandon pointers. Can you help a brother out? Because she got the screen recordings and he was dragged. And this is the thing, right? If you want to cheat and do your thing, you cannot be dragging your wife to your mistress. Like, they say he's like allegedly, he's dragging his wife, saying that all he eat is pizza. He brings his son on the FaceTime to verify that they eat pizza because his wife don't cook.
Fellas, you know what, Keisha, I'm gonna help you out. Fellas, for your DM acknowledgement of the day, do not use the text. Use the voice message. Once the person listens to the voice message, it automatically disappears. It leaves no trace for you to be caught or caught up. So please, fellas, slide in the DMs with the voice message. Here's your tip of the Romeo. Thanks, Keisha.
There you go. There's your tip of the day, okay? If you're looking to do a little bit of entanglement, you know you might be getting extorted because they say this is not real. This is an extortion.
Keisha, I'm sorry. Here's my take. So first off, I'm gonna just need him to have a little bit more respect. First and foremost, as a pastor.
Well, hold up. It's alleged. We don't know if it's true.
It's true. Alleged.
Well, because you're the one to always say allegedly.
Allegedly, but she got the FaceTime screen recordings. But I do want to say this because his wife is looking real good right now. She doing her thing, so maybe that cheating been pushing her to get real fine because she been getting real fine. She's looking amazing, and so
it's not a good. It's not a good day for the cloth right now. It's not a good day for the cloth. Reverend Jerry Falwell Jr. just resigned from the university that his father founded because has been revealed that he allegedly watched as his wife had sexual relations with the pool boy 9 years ago. This sounds like a comedy film. This sounds like the movie American Pie. I mean, he resigned because he watched. So it's not a good day for the cloth. Allegedly watching.
Allegedly for the cloth. And I was actually going to talk about that story this morning in my report as well. Well, we're gonna move on to a happy marriage and a happy family, and when somebody is being loved right. And yesterday, Tiana Taylor, yes, this is glowing, popping, looking good, and she looking like she's being loved properly. I don't know, you know, we never know what's going on, but she looks good. And when you love your woman right, she's carrying her child, she's carrying so beautifully. And she looks absolutely amazing. So shout out to Tiana Taylor.
Yeah, and Portia, that is the definition of ebullient. It meaning that you shine, that you are sparkly, that you got shine going. And Tiana Taylor definitely got her shine going. So that is ebullient. So that's 2 words that I've explained. 2 words.
Okay, I thought you were talking about me when you said you shine.
You nebulent. You know you nebulent. Come on. Oh, damn. Ow! Yes! Come on, Portia!
He rolls on that one. He rolls.
Okay, basically, they hijacked my word and put it to herself. First of all, I said ebullience. Ebullience. It's not nebulant. Ebullience.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway.
Okay, Keisha, go ahead and finish your report, girl.
Okay, I think I'm finished with my report, but go ahead. You had the glow all the way going.
Well, you know what? We're going to jump into the social report. Hey, Keisha, I got something for you if we got time. It's going to blow you away. Let's start with Pop Smoke. Now, this is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, so O.J. Simpson's prosecutor, Christopher Darden, will defend the alleged Pop Smoke killers. Yes, Christopher Darden, who who, let me see what he won. Nothing. You lost against OJ. He defended the killer
Eric.
who was for Nipsey Hussle's murder.
Yeah. Eric. His name is Eric. Eric Holder.
Right. So you lost that one, and now you're defending the killers of Pop Smoke, brother. I have never ever said this to any grown man in their life. I think it's time you retire. It's a wrap. You got the worst record of the job brother. Like, you lost every high profile case.
Yes. But the thing is that this, some people are just shrewd and opportunistic, and they're brilliant marketing geniuses. And we haven't talked about Christopher Darden's name in 20 years. What's the best way to do that? To do something inflammatory, like defend somebody like Eric Holder, who allegedly shot Nipsey Hussle last year, or to defend the alleged killer of another rapper, Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? So this is actually brilliant. This is along the lines of Jamel Hill comparing America's past to Nazi Germany. And you saw yesterday how her name went back to the top of Twitter. Sometimes people are just very shrewd and marketing geniuses.
Mm-hmm. As Keisha just said, hey, if you want to go to jail, call Chris Darden. He'll get you there quick. He'll get you there. Next up, man, everybody knows I'm a Kobe fan. I'm a Laker fan. I'm a real Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan. When I'm a Lonzo Ball Laker fan, Kobe Laker fan. But right next to the Staples Center, they will be naming a street after him and respect to what he's done, and building a new monument for Kobe Bryant. As you know, he passed away earlier this year, but his impact on the NBA and others around the nation and young kids with the Mamba Academy holds strong.
Yeah.
Lastly, go ahead, man.
No, I'm sorry. Just very real quickly. Also, shout out to his daughter Gianna Gigi Bryant, who was attending that academy, who also perished along with 7 other people in the helicopter on January 26, 2020. So shout out to her as well, because she was following in her father's footsteps. So big ups to her. Continue.
And shout out to the person that tried to copy you, the other King James, because on 8/24 yesterday, man, he went off in that playoff game. If y'all didn't see King James in that playoff game, he should have put. I know he tried to King James. I know he tried to copy you. I got you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be talking about the second King James from Akron, Ohio in my report. But you are right. He did go to hell off yesterday.
Yeah.
He handled his business. It was a rout.
Man.
It was crazy. They was going in. I watched that last night.
I didn't watch it, but anything to keep him from crying, hooray. Thank you, Kim. Y'all know he a crybaby. Anything to keep him from crying, hooray. Anything to make sure that he's winning, hooray.
Whoa, what? Wait, what?
To make sure he win, Portia. Don't do him like that. He can't just win. He got to put in the work to win. So shout out to the man. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it, Portia. He had a hard day on the internet yesterday. They say the back of his head looked like a Reese cup. Don't. When the bottom come off. That's what they say yesterday. You know when the bottom, that little one patch in the bottom come out when you eat your Reese.
Hold on. This crew right now is basically exemplifying blasphemy. Yo, how are y'all hating on King James right now? Portia, you ain't got no excuse.
I'm telling Portia to lay off him because yesterday was a rough day.
Yeah.
And we know that something
still went off last night. He said Reese's this cup.
Right. And he became the oldest player in NBA history to score 30 points and have 10 assists in the same game. So I'm sorry. You need to back up off the King. You need to back up off him.
Reese's that cup. He went off last night.
Misconstruing my comments. I'm saying I'm happy for him. Anything to keep him winning and not crying on TV.
Wait a minute. When did he cry on TV?
When
I ain't never seen LeBron. Wait a minute. I ain't never seen LeBron cry on TV. Man, this is just blasphemy. What are you talking about?
Saying, when he win his ring,
the blasphemy, huh?
Very competitive Kevin, he wants to win. I got it. So anything to keep him winning, keep him in the spotlight, keep him smiling, I'm good.
No, see, that is some shade right there. That's some shade, and that's some left-handed compliment, and I don't appreciate it. Okay, this is the reason why I don't even like Interstate 75 being shared with Ohio and Michigan, because of comments like that. We should have shut off the border at Toledo on y'all.
He didn't choose to play in Cleveland forever. He ain't trying to retire in Cleveland.
Hey, I didn't retire in Ohio either. But
Shout out to Michael Samunga.
But we're both Buckeyes for life. Let's get that clear. We're Buckeyes.
Joe Hudson.
Iris Baker said it's okay, Terry.
Yeah, Tony Minor's in Cleveland. Bishop Tony Minor. Maybe he's watching today. He's on our watch party. Maybe he'll have something to say about it. Sharon Johnson. So, who's on your watch party? What are they saying, Terry, about it?
I'm waving at everybody on my watch party. Shout out to Sean Thomas, Cornell Pate, Emmanuel, Chantel Brown, Ted Powers, Nita Weaver, Paul Lewis, David Lebowski.
What up?
What up? What up? What up? Because Terry is clearly going to protect. He just all of a sudden protected, shut off the borders, talking about a demigod. He just created his own island, Ohio.
Well, I mean, I defended the Detroit, you know what I'm saying? And, it wasn't reciprocated. I believe in reciprocity. And if I don't get it, I'm coming after you. I don't appreciate it. You need to put some respect on LeBron's name.
Speaking of borders.
Let me be clear. That was not an attack. We're going to let Romeo finish his report, though. But that was not an attack, Terry. I'm just saying, kudos to him. Congratulations. He made history. He's winning. He's happy. He's
right.
Not winning. I'm good.
So fall back off the hate. Fall back.
Speaking of borders, and I said this yesterday, and Cass jumped on me. I'm really gonna pray for Tory Lanez. So, Bun B made a statement yesterday. Bun B made a live statement saying that anybody who does not protect his Houston queen, that they should be handled, dealt with. And we don't play that here in Houston, and that ain't finna fly with me or any of the OGs. That reciprocated, right, into Maxio Cream, who's a Houston rapper. He was out in LA. He ran into Tory Lanez. Him and his squad pulled out the sticks. The sticks are guns, ladies and gentlemen. They pulled out the sticks on Tory Lanez and told him he needs to get out of LA, right? So Tory Lanez got back in his car, pulled off. Now, the reason that this is important is because if Ashley can pull back up the photo, it started to trend and people started to add Chris Brown's name into the conversation about what happened between him and Rihanna. Chris Brown responded with, "Leave my effing name out of someone else's situation. Y'all not finna involve me in this F-ass shit. P, bitch, y'all make me sick with the lame stuff. Go suck my da-da-da-da-da." So what happened was Tory Lanez's name was trending. People added Chris Brown's name in the same hashtag, and both of them was trending at the same time. Like they tried to compare the two. Now, the problem that has persisted, Portia, Keisha, Terry, and Munson, is the fact that Bun B, the OG, said that this is not gonna go down. Now, officially, every Houston rapper is acting out. Like you basically just put a mark on this boy head. He need to go and move to Canada. He need to go back home to Canada and lay low. Because now the fact that a lot of people are saying, even T.I. said this, the fact that he's not speaking out, and I wanted y'all opinion, the fact that he's not speaking out is making it worse. And the fact that he's allowing it to linger without saying whether or not he did wrong or right is making it worse. Yes, the police need to handle the situation. But if he don't say something, the streets are going to handle the situation before the police do. And that is real talk. And the Maxio Cream situation just happened Sunday. No, what's today? Yep, the Maxio Cream situation happened Sunday, where they saw him on the streets in his black SUV car and they pulled up on him and made it clear.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if y'all know who Maxio Cream is. Maxio Cream would be equivalent to a younger version of Jeezy, a younger version of Jeezy when he first started. So I'm curious, what are y'all thoughts about that? Like, because the OGs done said it now. Like, the word is out now. It's out.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I just think that this thing is getting very dangerous, and I think people need to quail on the rhetoric. There's a lot of emotions going on, and I think cooler heads need to prevail. I think that we need to allow the system to allow the system to work. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office has already said they are considering pressing charges against Tory Lanez. And so if he is indicted and convicted, it's almost automatic that it's going to be deported back to Canada after serving his time. So let the system work, and let's not have all this rhetoric in the streets. I think a lot of people are just talking, and this is getting to levels that people don't need to get to, because this is the kind